In this video, we're going to be going over how to subtract two integers. Now, there's one very important rule to remember, and if you always follow it, it'll always work out. So the rule to follow is to add the opposite. That's it. That's simple. Once we do some examples here, hopefully that'll make some more sense to you, okay? So I'm just going to zoom in here, and let's start looking at some examples. So let's say you need to subtract 3 minus negative 4. Okay, so the rule says to add the opposite. What that means is instead of subtract, we're going to add. And the opposite of negative 4 is positive 4. So we're adding the opposite. 3 minus negative 4 is actually the same thing as 3 plus 4. And that, of course, gets us an answer of 7. Let's take a look at another example. How about, let's do 4 minus negative 6. Again, we're going to add the opposite. So 4, and we're going to add the opposite of negative 6, which is positive 6. And 4 plus 6 gets us an answer of 10. Okay, let's try another one. Let's go over here. How about negative 3 minus negative 4? Okay, again, we're going to follow this rule. We're going to add the opposite. So instead of subtracting, we're going to add here. And the opposite of negative 4 is positive 4. Now, this goes back to the previous video where we're learning how to add integers where the signs are different. We're adding a negative and a positive together. And remember, the rule I explained towards the end of that video was the trick was to subtract the two numbers, the bigger ones minus the smaller one. So 4 minus 3 is 1. And then we take the sign of the bigger number. 4 is bigger than 3, and 4 here is positive, so our answer will in fact be positive 1. Another way to think of that would be this is 4 plus negative 3, which is the same thing as 1. Okay, let's try another one here. How about, let's get a white color. Okay, how about negative 6 minus negative 2? Okay, so we're going to, right off the bat, we're going to switch this to adding, and then we're going to add the opposite of negative 2, which is positive 2. Now we're dealing with an addition problem. Negative 6 plus 2. Again, since they're opposite signs, negative 6, negative, 2 is positive, so we're going to subtract them. 6 minus 2 is 4, and we're going to take the sign of the bigger number. 6 is obviously bigger than 2, so it's going to be negative 4. Okay, let's just do one more, and I think we might be good after that, or maybe a couple more. How about negative 12 minus 6? Okay, first thing we do, we change it to adding, and we're going to add the opposite. Notice here that the 6 is positive. Oh, I should be adding that in brackets. So the opposite of 6 is negative 6. So we're going to add negative 6. Negative 12 plus negative 6, remember the rule when both signs are the same is just to add the numbers. So 12 plus 6 gets us 18. However, since they're both negative, the answer will also be negative. Let's try one more example kind of like that. How about, sorry, negative 8 minus 12. So we're going to add the opposite. This is a positive 12, so the opposite would be minus 12, or sorry, negative 12. So we add negative 12. Negative 8 plus negative 12. Since both signs are the same, we're going to add 8 and 12. That would get us 20. And since they're both negative, we get an answer of negative 20. All right, that's it for this video. Hopefully, just going through those examples, you can see how following that simple rule can make subtracting integers really simple, as long as you understand how to properly add them. So if you're having trouble with this stuff, it might be worthwhile to go back and review how to add integers. Because if you can add them, you can subtract them fairly easily.